We're live. We're live.
Oh, we are? Oh my goodness. Well, here we are. If you could hear us, hi everyone. What a messy start. First it told us we weren't going live. Now it tells us we are going live. So here we are live. So if that was a little bit of a messy start, we apologize.
Hey, look, I think after 20 days of going live and we only had one little snafu.
Pretty darn good, right?
Yeah.
Well, so let me give you our quick little intro so you know who we are. Today is day 20 of the Video Every Day at April Challenge. I'm your host, Anna Larson of Nomadabout. This is my co-host, Selena Conmackey of Howley Socially Inspired. And together we formed our joint project, Anna and Selena, the go-to place for website design, digital strategy, and more.
Yay.
So Selena, tell everybody what we're going to be talking about today.
Okay, my favorite thing, because I'm a tech geek, like in training is what I'd like to say, because I know there's so much I don't know. But today we're talking about automating in your business and why that can be super helpful, especially when you are a solopreneur and you wear many hats. And sometimes it's just nice to get the help. And there are automation tools that you can have in your back pocket, purse, hat, whatever, to make it a little bit more bearable.
Yeah. So we want to just cover a couple of really basic things like what should you automate? What should you not automate? So the very first thing I would say is that you do want to automate anything that's repetitive, time consuming, and doesn't need your input to make it happen. So you don't have to make a decision in order for something to occur. That's the kind of task that you want to automate. And some examples of that could be like publishing your social media posts at specific times or on specific platforms, doing bulk image resizing or optimization, creating analytic reports, automating emails, either to reach out to customers or to get leads in or anything along those lines. I mean, there's 100,000 different tasks you can automate. Really just depends on your business and what it is that you're doing.
Right.
All right.
Second one, don't automate tasks that require human input and creative thinking to make the processes work. And what Anna and I mean by that is make sure that there's nothing personalized that you need to be part of in the process with that client, that you just can't automate because it can't be robotic Selena or robotic Anna, right?
Well, we could, but it wouldn't be much fun to do business with us. Or would it?
Right. So, Anna and I, before we hopped on, we were talking about that. I'm like, for example, for you, that right there, though, looks different for everybody.
Everyone.
So what I think does not require human element, that's something for Anna and her business that she wants to add the human element. So I think you really need to look at it and don't just say, well, Selena does it this way, so this is how I'll do it. No, you got to do what sits right for you and apply what your gut says, right? Like, okay, no, this is the part that I need to kind of put a little pizzazz in and put me in. So
yeah, and a lot of it's going to depend on your personality, the way you want your business to run, how you're trying to grow it, or whether you're trying to maintain it, or whether you're trying to downsize, right? I mean, all of those things are going to make a difference in whether you choose to automate tasks or not automate tasks. So we have a couple of tools that we want to show you that we use, and we're going to give you some examples. Before we ever get to the tools, we have to start with this.
Yes. So here's the thing. I've always outsourced some things because I realized that I was knocking my head and getting really frustrated because I didn't understand a certain tool that I had purchased. And all of the experts that I have had help me have said, write down your workflow first. Don't just hop in and create an automation and kind of go, well, I think I go here and do this. And some of like when we've worked together looked like this. We've sat down, we've worked out our workflow and we said, okay, right here, this is like, for example, when a new lead comes in, right? New lead, what happens after new lead? They get a welcome email. After the welcome email, what happens? A form gets sent and they get added to your client reputation management thing. So, again, it doesn't have to be like this, shapes and tools, but maybe you're a list person. The whole point is write it down first and then build the workflow and the automation tool that you want to select.
Yeah, exactly. It's
So,
super important because otherwise you're going to miss steps. And even if you write it down,
mhm.
once you put the workflow in action, you might find that you've missed steps. So,
Yeah. Or maybe when you look at it, you go, this is crazy. Why am I doing so much? And you could maybe condense it down. It's always good to review, right? What you do in your business and how you can make improvements by adding or deleting things that you don't need or do need. So,
yeah.
like Anna was mentioning, these are the two tools we're going to talk about.
Yeah. Do you want to lead us with Zapier, Selena?
Yes. Okay. I really, really love Zapier. I'm just going to kind of share. So, wait, let me see what is the official. It's a automation tool that connects apps to apps, right? And we're talking like I think it says 10,000 apps or more that it can connect to. So if you don't know yet, me and Anna, we run a show called the 15-ish minute coffee chat. And we have our process with our guests. So we have 4 emails and a Google Calendar invite set up. And guess what? It's all automated because that's a lot. When we looked when we looked at the tasks, it was just like, we just need to. So anyway, we connected. I'm going to pop up this, right? This is our little workflow. This is Zapier, right? And this is kind of like where you click in. I'm going to just show you. This is our email one workflow. So when we open it up, it kind of asks you when we move a card in Trello, which is where Anna and I do our project management for the show. When we move a card to a particular list, it triggers an email. And in this email, what I love is it setting up the action. It takes all the special fields that we have in our Trello board and it inserts it all in here, right? It has our standard email that we have, the signature, all the things, and it automates based on these little smart fields that we've put into Trello. So as long as those smart fields are filled out, this is going to be properly sent out. Now, I've done many things. It also again sends a Google Calendar invite when we move. When we move that particular card, it's going to send a guest a Google Calendar invite. And then Anna and I also know, like in Trello, it's the process. Like, okay, they're here. They've been invited. It's on our Google Calendar invite. Perfect. The other thing that it does is it also creates our run of show that we have. So we're looking at all the repetitive things that we are doing and the time. It was like, we went from here, we created the run of show, and we're like, but we have all the same information. We're just putting and copying and pasting from one to the other. So we did that and it created all of it. So anyway, Anna, any input there?
I would just say that while I am not the one who's the expert on Zapier, I love its ability to do this for us. Like it probably saves us 2 hours every week in time of connecting with our potential guests, sending out emails, and making sure the information there. Now, there's some stuff we don't automate. We have to make sure the information is in there for the automation to work, right? That's our job. And that's what we do during our weekly meeting for our 15-ish minute coffee chat podcast and live stream. But those other pieces, we don't have to have the human element necessarily a part of it. The guests are going to get, now if the guests respond to the email, guess what? I'm answering them, right? If the guests are respond to the question, we're not just saying, oh, here's another automated email that might answer what you're saying, right? So there is a point where that automation then is over and we need to step in. But up until that point, I love that it's saving us hours of time.
Yes. So again,
Okay.
there's many different ways. Like I said, you can connect Google Sheets to Asana, or you can, connect Slack to Trello, because there's certain things. I mean, there are so many things in here. And that's again, when you are working with tools, a lot of tools try to integrate with more popular tools, but sometimes your tool is not in that tool. But you want it to talk so you can help. So Zapier is a great place to kind of check out. There is a free plan. So go see if there's something that it can help you do. But again, write down your workflow and see where you need the help. All right.
Yes. Perfect.
Okay. Go ahead,
Okay.
Anna.
Okay, so the tool that I wanted to share today is going to be it's going to be Dubsado. Now, Dubsado is a CRM, so a customer relationship management tool, and I there's lots of different options for CRMs, right? Dubsado is my preferred, and it's the one I've been using for the last few years, and I've gotten the automations down pretty good. I'm still learning and Dubsado keeps coming out with new and different ways that you can automate things in different elements in their program that then supports what I'm doing with my business. But let me just share really quick one of the automations that I use. So we've got, okay, so this right here is a very simple automation when I send a proposal to someone. So there's a workflow that starts before this, and then as soon as that workflow is done, it triggers this next workflow. So in this workflow, I have them send the custom proposal, and I do have an approval button listed on there right here. You can see the approval button, and that's because I like to double check the workflow or double check the proposal before it actually goes out. So once I create it and I start the workflow automate starts, it sends me an email. I can click on the link, look through the proposal, and then approve it that fast, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Then it activates my client portal. It sends them my welcome onboarding email, and then it changes the project status automatically within my Dubsado portal. So this is like one simple workflow, and I have a series of workflows that I continue to refine as I go through them. But this is just one that I use to automate the steps that I'm doing within my business.
So I think what we're saying, these are the two tools that we've used that you can, and even another way of Dubsado, like automating is, before we used to send invoices like on a Excel sheet, right? And a contract in a doc, and they have to go open up another thing to sign it and then fax it back and all the things, right? But Dubsado,
You're aging us.
right? No, but electronically, Dubsado allows you to send an electronic contract. It allows them to make online payments to pay their invoice.
Yeah.
It automates that process. So when we say that word automate, there's so many different ways to look at it. Is looking at where you currently are, and then moving to that next phase of your business, like Anna was mentioning, what you want to do. So,
Yes.
yeah, those are just two. Look at whatever you're using, right, Anna, and see
Yeah.
what do they offer some kind of automation in what you use.
Exactly. Exactly. We
Yeah.
just have 3 little quick best practices also. Once you start your automations, make sure that you're developing your workflow SOP. So if you ever need to hand this information off to someone like a VA or a team member, you can hand it off and they can go check the automations. Like have that so somebody can step in and take over if you want them to. Another thing is set up metrics and listen to user feedback. If your clients are complaining about your automated systems, that's a telltale sign that something needs to probably change. And by metrics, I just mean compare before and after you had these automations. Are you still getting the same number of leads? Are people dropping off because you've automated a certain part of it that shouldn't have been automated? Are you struggling to find information where before it was easier for you? You might have to look at those. And then based on that, revise and refine your automations based on that kind of feedback that you're seeing and the metrics that you're looking at. So this is not a one time and done kind of situation. This
Yeah.
is an ongoing process of creation for you and your business. But I promise you, it makes it so much easier.
Yes. No, on the flip side, hi
Hi.
Heidi. What I love about what Anna just said too, right, is definitely look at the metrics. And there is also a positive spin to it. Is I noticed that when we added automation as far as like our proposal and contract and invoicing, we had Elaine Jardin from Dubsado kind of help me into my system, and I was like, oh, I can send a proposal from Dubsado. Like I had it, but I wasn't even using it. Oh my gosh. Anyway, but we created this automation and she set me up. And I swear to God, I went from like literally a couple of hours of putting in the info of the new client in Canva, because that's how I used to send our proposals. And then me and Anna would be checking, oh no, we missed this. Oh no, this thing said this, right? Anyway, it was in Dubsado. And I the first time I sent it using that proposal template with the invoice and contract. A client literally accepted, signed, and paid all within 5 minutes.
Yeah, talk about a time saver, right?
That metric right there of saved time made the client very happy because the process was painless and quick. Uh,
Mhm.
so yeah, you want to look at things like that. So anyway, I just want to, look at both, see what there is. But anyway, okay, we've
Absolutely.
taken up your time today. We're
I
we're
know.
we're gonna get ready for the rest of our day.
That's all we had to say today. We hope that you're taking a chance and looking at different ways to automate your business. And thanks for joining us today on day 20. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.